What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a good day today. Happy Thursday, last trading day of the week. Brian Conti, how do I even survive with the Asian session? We do very well with the Asian session. Asian session is a fantastic session to trade. But again, everybody's got their own strategy. Welcome, guys. Jose, good to see you. Jan TMA Trend Trader, what's up, man? Henry John. Adele, everybody got a bunch of people in here already. What's going on, guys? I hope everybody had a good day so far. Sydney, what's going on? Sydney's entered the chat. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day today. I had a busy one, but we're back. Miguel, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome. So, guys, I marked up a couple charts tonight. There's a couple charts that I'm looking at, and here's what I've noticed a pattern of. So on this GBP AUD chart, right, we've had candle closures above the EMA, and we've created a strong support. What I've noticed over the past couple times we've had a very similar trade to this is that this does not always mean it's going to continue this way. This often can mean that it's also having the same amount of struggle breaking this area that it is this area. So not only is this a strong support, but up here's a strong resistance. So we're going to need to see a breakout this way or a breakout like that way before we took anything. But again, I don't hate this trade. I just need to see a little bit more information. Hey, Calvin Turner, what's up? Welcome back, man. Good to see you in here. Happy to have you back. AUDJPY. You know what? Let's start on the 4-hour, though. So AUDJPY absolutely dropped off here, as we can see. Interesting 4-hour candle there. Really, overall, not sure what this chart is going to do, especially since we're at a pretty key level right here. Interesting chart. USDJPY. Looks like we're finally starting to reject. We had a week of absolute horror for the dollar. From top to bottom, 532 pips if you were to have shorted USDJPY over the entire week. Thank you, OZ, from Istanbul. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. But, yeah, you're looking at 500-something pips. We should see it rebound off this key zone right here and buy up a little bit, at least to the EMA ribbon. So there's a couple different things you can look at here. Moving on, NZDJPY chart pretty much looks the same. A lot of the JPY charts are going to look the same tonight. We just need to decipher if this is moving up or down. We do have a full candle closure below the EMA ribbon and a fair value gap created. And this 4-hour candle respected this fair value gap. Ideally, that means that this drops down for another 40 pips. So Euro JPY and Euro AUD I have marked as yellow folder charts tonight because I don't necessarily love the way they look, but I think there's certainly opportunity for a trade in these areas. Euro JPY can certainly go for a buy. Again, key support here. It may have broke the zone slightly, but you've had a couple times that it's rejected this area and gone back up. So that's certainly something that we can look at on this Euro JPY trade. And then Euro AUD, again, clear downtrend. Very clear downtrend. We're retesting the EMA ribbon again. It has done this all week. Top, bottom, bottom. It has done this all week. Now, not to say this can't go up to here, because this would really where it would reject the channel here. But based off these charts, there's a couple things that we're going to be waiting for to possibly get in. Now that we've done our analysis on the 4 hour, we can do it on the 1 hour and see what else we got going on here. I tell you what, though, based off, obviously you guys know I use my own indicator, which is right here. My indicator, I have it set to where it sends me notifications. I only got 4 notifications all day today. So when it meets the criteria and sends a signal. So I will say price action today has been sort of a little iffy. But with that being said, we're certainly going to see if any of these trades are going to meet our criteria tonight. No trades last night, which was unfortunate, but hey, it didn't follow our rules, so we're not forcing trades, as you guys know. We don't force trades. There's a lot of geopolitical things going on right now. Not Pedro Pascal. There's a lot of things going on, man. So, a lot of different reasons. Hard to pinpoint one, but the Bitcoin sell-off doesn't help. The DXY, which is the dollar index, is low. Everything's low right now. Everything's low right now. So, with that being said, when people are uncertain of what happens, they pull their money out of the markets. And with everything going on in this country and really the world, also during war, I believe there was some, let's just say combat, as a lack of a term, between us and Iran. There's a lot of things going on. Ramal, what's going on, man? Or Raman, sorry, what's going on? There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and typically it doesn't only always affect U.S. stocks. It does affect currencies. But the difference with currencies is that they tend to rally back quicker based off price structure, price action, and structure of the market, whereas the stock market sometimes takes a little time to recover. So, you know, it really can never be really too cautious when it comes to that. And also, you got to remember, guys, look how much red folder news we've had. I mean, this is for today. You had, yesterday you had red folder news. Today you had red folder news at 2 a.m. and at 8:30 a.m. Tomorrow you've got CHF news at 2:30 in the morning, and you've got more CPI news for the U.S. dollar. All red folder news. Very, very hard to trade when there's that kind of news, because you're going to get manipulation, market correction, and a lot of different things that are make it very hard to read these charts. It just makes it very tough to read these charts. So, you know, you got to really be careful when there's this much news, like I always say. But we just got our 7 o'clock candle here, guys. I'd like to take a look at the 15-minute on a lot of these to see if we're getting any signals. We're just consolidating. Like, look at this. Consolidation pattern right here. This has been consolidating for 1 day and almost 2 days straight of just consolidation. So whether you trade the New York, the London, or the Asian session, it's just been consolidating. There's not really much you can do when a chart's consolidating. You know what I mean? There's not much you can do. And I'm not going to break a rule just to get in a trade. You know what I mean? I personally think this Euro AUD chart's going to end up coming down. here, here, and here are your TP1, TP2, and TP3. That's what I'm seeing, personally. Because it's been a resistance just as much as it's been a support right here. You know what I mean? So it's obviously still in the uncertainty area. But based off these candles and what I'm seeing, that's what I'm thinking. Look at the 15 again. Again, the only thing that scares me is this EMA ribbon. Cole, sounds like you didn't take... No, we didn't take any trades. None of those trades met our criteria there, Cole. And like I said, I'm not going to force a trade, you know what I mean? It's not worth it to force trades. It only is going to hurt you in the long run if you're going to force a trade. So again, if it doesn't follow our 4 confirmations that we need to get in a trade, we're not going to take it. We're just not going to take it. But yeah, we're looking at the charts right now. I mean, there's a couple in mind that look decent. I just don't want to trade anything that's in for CPI tomorrow. I think it's going to be good for the dollar. I think it's going to be good for the dollar, but good when it comes out good for the currency, it doesn't mean that it always goes straight up. It could wick like this nasty candle we talked about the other day. This NFP candle. You know, nobody wants to trade 154 or 184 NFP candle. I truly think based off this this chart right here that we're gonna end up selling GBP AUD. It looks like it's trying to begin an uptrend over here, but the rejection at the EMA ribbon and the fair value gap is indicative of this thing still dropping and continuing to the next zones here. Oh yeah, I'm sure it did. Yeah, what did gold I don't know about went crazy. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. It dropped off, yeah, for sure. Gold took a nosedive again. And like we said, we had these zones marked up. This zone here and this zone here. I'm telling you guys, if it breaks below this 46, your next zone down here is all the way down at 4,400. And like I said, we don't trade gold, but that's what your zones are looking like. But you still do have an uptrend right here. Higher lows. The higher highs kind of topped off here, but still have higher lows. So really just depends kind of what happens here over the next couple hours on that chart. I think all these charts, we're just going to have to wait a little bit. And based off our analysis of them, none of them are rejecting a key zone fully.
I found out the hard way what a misconnection.
You know what I mean? None of them are fully confirming our strategy. And like I said, I haven't had but 4 confirmations or 4 signals from the indicator today. And if you look at this, I'll show you real quick. We had a buy signal an hour ago. We had a buy signal on the 15. Let's see here. We had some sell signals today. A couple buys and a couple sells, and then some TPs from the other trade. But there's not much going on. Like if the indicator's not giving the indication that it matches my rules, because that's what it's coded off of, and I'm not seeing anything, that's just double confirmation that there's not anything going on in terms of getting close to meeting our requirements to take a trade. So Again, that's why we didn't trade yesterday, which is fine. We're still 4-0 on the week, still having a fantastic week. But part of trading is understanding when not to get in, when not to take a trade. Forcing trades will be the end of everyone. Forcing trades is an account killer. It truly is. That's why I always preach to follow your rules. But you guys know that. I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. You guys know that. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The hour candle is not very impressive on any of these. Again, I do like buys on the dollar for it to start to come back up, since it's pretty much just been right here for the past couple days. Day and a half, almost 2 days. But it's hard to say it when it's not above the EMA ribbon. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there, man. News details is just Forex Factory. You can get my strategy on TradingView just by going on my website. Wow, a lot of people with some comments tonight. Too much dictator in the chat. Truly thinks I'm gonna lose. Love the positivity in here today, guys. Love the positivity in here. I barely understood it. I barely understood it. It's not a coin, Mr. Power or M Power. This is just foreign exchange. But again, we're not in on anything, guys. No, YouTube and Twitch, but Twitch doesn't really get anything. My main focus is YouTube. That's my main focus. Yeah, silver. I don't trade precious metals, but yeah, I saw what it was doing. Yo, shout out to the guy who said he thinks we're gonna lose after being at 100% win rate this week. I hope your trading journey goes well, my brother. I truly do. Miguel, Euro NZD. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, boys. Yeah, it's not bad looking. I'd need to see it. I'd need to see break of the highs and a break and retest and then another green candle this way. That's what I would need to see on this one. Unless you're looking at shorts, but based on our rules, which I know you know. Marco, what's going on? Ciao. How are you? How are you doing today? Yeah, on the 1 hour, it looks nice. If you look at the technicals, buys everywhere except for the day. Let's take a look at why. It doesn't much make sense. The day closed below the previous high's day, so I think that's why it's seeing that. But yeah, I mean, on this one, we just need a little bit more information. It could come down and reject this FEG, which would be 33, 35 pip drawdown. Don't necessarily want that. Sam, what's going on? I use my own personal indicator that I had coded for me by my guy Henry. It's called the MAT strategy, but we're looking at Euro NZD and AUDJPY, a couple others. Yeah, AUDJPY looks all right for a buy, but again, it doesn't match my criteria. I don't take trades hoping that they come up and test the EMA ribbon. I want confirmation it's below it already and continuing to drive down. Now, it's not to say that on this AUDJPY trade, if we come up and test this right here, I'd like to see it come up and go down. Yes, I do have a signal service. I have a free one and I have a paid one. So, I've got both. I've got both. I'll send the link right there for you. You're good. Yeah, so confirmation just follows four very simple rules for us. And the rules are not difficult to understand. The rules are not difficult to understand. All we essentially wait for, and I'll explain why they're not difficult to understand. So the indicator is coded based off my rules. My rules are you need a full candle closure below an EMA ribbon, which you got here. You need a rejection at a key point and a confirmed downtrend. So that's two more rules. There's three. The fourth is that you have a fair value gap created that is respected for quite some time here. Like it is against all these candles, it's respected. This should continue to go down. But on the contrary, this is also a key zone it rejected. It may come up to retest the ribbon before it goes down, which would also be retesting this fair value gap right here. So there's a couple different things that we're looking at right now. And it's just really determining what is going to be the best calculated risk, what is going to be the best trade for us tonight. Yeah, and again, all like USD JPY should be looking like a buy, which it is, but it doesn't meet our rules to take the trade. Gorav, good question though. No worries. Yeah, good question. It doesn't meet our rules. We'd need to have a candle closure above the EMA ribbon up here. Full candle closure in there for us to take that trade to go up to this zone. Otherwise, it's just a risk getting in right here, in my opinion. But we can drop down to the 15-minute on some of these. We're about to get a new 15-minute candle. I'd like to see what happens on this new 15-minute candle. Sam, I've been trading for 15 years. You mean AUDJPY? AUDJPY is still currently testing this ribbon, and you've got a huge fair value gap right here. It could come up in double top here and reject it and come back down to finish the M move. Or it could break through and have a full candle closure above the ribbon to go to this area. So that's my thoughts on that. Again, it doesn't quite meet my strategy yet to take it. But if you see a lot of these JPY charts all look the same. AUDJPY, USDJPY, NZTJPY. They all look the same. But yeah, USDJPY should go. Theoretically, it should. It's mostly experience, man. It's experience and learning a system and sticking to it. It's not difficult once you understand that there's going to be an emotional side. You're going to take losses. You're going to have wins. And the market's going to test you. But, you know, from my experience, the more you stick to your plan, the better off you're going to be. Once you start straying away from rules and plans that have worked for you in the past and start trying new things, Sometimes it can lead to losses. Zargos, no, I do not trade the S&P 500. I do not trade the S&P 500. Nope. So I have all of them to where they don't disappear. And the reason that I do that, Cole, is because if you're stuck in between two, like you are here, you have one here and you have one here. We know that we need to see a breakout above or below this. Otherwise, we're just going to trade sideways in here. So it really just depends on what the chart's giving you. Throughout my journey, which currency? Honestly, I've made the most money off USD JPY. Either USD JPY, Euro JPY, or GBP AUD. I used to trade a lot of GJ, but I don't really like the price action of it anymore. But yeah, USD JPY. I have not had. Yeah, USD JPY, GBP JPY, Euro AUD, and Euro JPY are going to be top ones for me. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Miguel. I appreciate the testament there. Miguel's been with us for a little bit here, and he's done quite well for himself using the strategy. So, but here, like over here, the strategy tells you what you're waiting for. We're waiting for a 15-minute fair value gap. We're waiting for a bullish 15-minute fair value gap. Once we get it, it will print a signal for us. So once it meets my 4 rules, it will tell us to buy or to sell, hence these right here. It lets you know. It really does take the guesswork out, and it's a great tool to have to use. But all you got to do is just watch my lives, and you can learn the system yourself, where you don't need the indicator. Adam Cross, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome back. Good to see you. Gaurav Singh, good questions there, man. Raymond, what's going on? Yeah, I try to upload, a couple videos a day. Yeah, that's how you stay relevant. That's how you keep growing the community. It's important. It's a vital important part of the social media strategy that we have in place for this company and this community. And the amount of subscribers we're gaining each time is just awesome. I mean, you guys are just pumping it. I appreciate it. Really do. We're crushing it, and it's really all thanks to you guys. So I trade full-time hours, yes. I still run a very large golf course. Like I've said in my past streams, I'm only 32 years old, so like if I can make a ton of money trading and make a ton of money at a really good job, like being a PGA member, I'm pretty high up in where I'm at. So I do both, but within the next year, I'm going to be full-time day trading only. Yeah, that's just the truth. But I still stream, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days a week. I'd consider that full time. I'm putting them between 5 and 8 hours in a day on top of my normal job just to run this community and trade. I have had experience using RSI. Yes. I'm not the biggest fan of RSI because you could be oversold on the RSI or overbought on the RSI and have it keep going. Even if you use the 70-30 lines on the RSI, it still necessarily isn't a high probability indicator in my opinion. When you couple it with the fair value gap, it may be. I haven't done those two together, but I have traded with RSI for quite a long time actually, and I'm just personally not a fan. I think the accuracy percentage of it is a lot lower than what we're currently trading now. Hassan, this is not a coin. This is a foreign exchange currency called USDJPY. Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot. Like, if you guys look, I just posted a reel today about like the cycle of trading, the stages of trading. There's like 5 trading stages, and everybody has to go through them. It's almost like a rite of passage. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have the beginner's luck. No, the streaming is to help build the community. I started this. I've been streaming for like 3 years on and off, but I started going hard on it uh, December 1st. Granted, I've been trading for a lot longer than that, but I started going hard on the streaming part December 1st. We've got over 120 people in the Discord already. We've gained over 1,300 subscribers. We have over 5 to 10,000 views per stream, with over 100 concurrent viewers sometimes at one point. So the streaming it's a project, but it's part of the business model of teaching. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I might have to have an FAQ. But people also want to be talked to. So like they want to ask questions and have them answered live, and that's part of the community. So yeah, you're gonna have your people that tune in that are very important and vital to the community, and those people I appreciate, a ton. And then the new people coming in are gonna want to ask questions. Virgin, what's going on, man? How you doing? So it's a double-edged sword in that respect. You have both sides of that sword, and you have to just find the balance between the two. You know what I mean? Got to find the balance between the two. That's something that's I'm still figuring out. But people want live action, live free advice, and I have no problem giving that for educational purposes only. Disclaimer. Let's see what this bad boy's doing. We might get closure on the 15 here, which would be nice in another 5 minutes. Candle closure almost above, not fully, but we could get candle closure above here. Let's take a look at some of these others. Not much there. The AUDJPY trade is retracing. Benny, what's going on, man? How are you? Benny, good to see you again, man. Yeah, I would 100% say that. Thank you. Oh, that looks good. Thank you. I would say we're not in anything yet. We're looking over a couple charts there, my man. Yeah, so Adrian, you got to just really focus on a system. We take what the market gives us. You use past key levels to predict what your movement is going to be. You shouldn't be expecting 200 pips if the last 2 sessions only move 60 pips. So you got to set realistic take profits. But Matov Emma, looks like you're in here too. We're looking at a couple different charts right now. We're not in anything at all. We're still analyzing and looking. Sorry, guys, I haven't eaten yet today. It's almost 8 o'clock. Orange chicken and fried rice. Hey, JJ, welcome. Rakeem. Welcome to the Discord, fam, man. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just eat whatever my girlfriend makes me. Don't get me wrong, I have some input, but I'm not much of a chef myself, unless it's a steak. You know it. Tobias, what's going on, man? Just some simple rules, man. Essentially, support and resistance, break a structure, candle closures above the EMA ribbons with fair value gaps. Nice, yeah. My advice to people that are learning is pick one strategy and stick to it. There's no reason to jump around to a bunch of different strategies to try and catch every single trade that meets every single criteria. The fear of missing out on a trade is going to just be a killer. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's many ways to trade the markets, that's for sure. I would agree with you 100%. There's many ways to trade the markets. So, obviously it depends on account size. I'll look in one sec, Benny. Hold on. So my lot size changes based off how much money is in my trading account, but I'm risking it like a couple $1,000s every time. But I don't think that's the right question you want to be asking. You'd probably want to be asking, based on your account size, what should you be risking? Because what I do and what you do are going to be different unless we have the exact same account sizes. You know what I mean? So, nice. Yeah, it's not a bad strategy. You're essentially just trading what the RP guy does, right? Benny, what did you want me to look at? GBP USD. Okay. Let's take a look at it, Benny. You bought in at 136230. 136. You're in consolidation, my man. You bought in as a buy? %5 risk. You bought in on a buy up here? I mean, it's a confirmed downtrend on the 1 hour. The 4 hour is also bearish. Nice. There you go, man. Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere. There's no shame in that. Getting started is the hardest part. Most people don't even do that. Most people don't even get that far, so you're more than halfway to being better than them. You get billed on the day you sign up, and then every month. So if you sign up on the 12th, you get billed on the 12th of every month. It goes by the day that you sign up. I'd be weary of that one, Benny. I don't recommend anyone risking more than 5%. Oh, good. Cells. Okay. Yeah, you are right if you're in cells. Yeah. Paul RN, it's a ripoff that I stream for free 5 days a week and answer every question that's in the chat. That's a ripoff to you. Understandable if that's how you think. I wish you luck on your trading journey, Paul. I hope you find it in your heart to be a nicer human on the internet. I think we could all use that in the trading community. You know, positivity instead of trying to bring other people down. But everybody's got their own motives, and I understand that, just like everybody trades differently. Let's see. You're gonna take this trade on you. You're gonna take a USD JPY trade right now. It doesn't meet any of my rules yet, but it doesn't mean it can't meet your rules, and that's totally fine. It's totally fine. Everybody's got different rules, so like as long as you're profitable, that's all that matters. Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, like that's not my goal. My goal is to provide a very, very, very good free service. If people want more on top of that, they're more than welcome to, but I'm not a pushy sales kind of guy. Like, it's just not in my nature. Do I have a website that offers paid packages? Of course. That's because I'm good at what I do and people want to have one-on-one meetings with me. People want to buy my indicator because it works. When you do something good, people want to buy it. They don't just want the free trial or the free. They want to know what more they can get to make more money. So I'd be dumb to not offer that. That's just called being a businessman. But I also enjoy doing this for free every night. You know what I mean? I get enjoyment out of talking to you guys and going over charts together. Shoot, I think we took a trade the other night because one of you guys in the chat was like, hey man, what do you think of this chat? JV Joe, what's going on, man? Thank you, Benny. Jose, every time you say something light, I absolutely die because I have a really good friend that says that all the time. All the time. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's trading. Yeah, Miguel, you made 752 in 90 minutes this morning using the indicator. Yeah, I mean, it paid for itself. You've already paid for the whatever plan you're on. You've already paid for it. Again, not trying to sell you guys. Just this is the reality of the situation. You have a tool that works. Why not use it? But it's us against the markets. It's not us traders against other traders. Like I just don't understand that mentality. I'll never get it. Thinking there's only one way to trade is like the most asinine thing to do. We're not actually looking at any. I mean, this is USDJPY up here. We're not actually in any trades right now. Amanda, what's going on? Yeah, again, there's no reason to. If you provide a good enough service for free, people are going to want it. If you're looking for a profitable trade, yeah, we're looking at it right now. We're not in any trades, but yes, this is USDJPY. Hi, greetings, Sinclair. Find someone that you can trust and stick with their program. I don't care if it's me, I don't care if it's anyone else. It doesn't matter who. Whoever you choose, stick with them because you're going to get conflicting information from different people. So, I don't care who it is. Just totally find somebody that is going to give you consistent results and consistent profits and consistent setups using the same system over and over again. That is the way you make money in this industry. Again, I apologize for eating on stream, guys. I did not have time to eat all day. Amanda, totally learning a ton. Nice. Yeah, it is overwhelming at first. It is overwhelming at first. But jumping in between 5 or 6 different YouTube channels, and I'll be 100% honest with you, like I told you guys before, I'm not here to talk shit about other traders. If you're looking for simplicity, ICT is not simple. If you're really good with understanding and conceptualizing, a lot of different big words that all mean the same thing, sure. Again, just make sure they're a profitable trader. Trusty, what's going on? I don't know anything about Take-Two Interactive Software. Yeah, YouTube Purgatory. That's a good one. Who helped me the most? I would say trial and error. Trial and error is what helped me the most. Trial and error of losing my own money and the pain of losing my own money and then depositing more and losing my own money and depositing more and then finally depositing and then making money and making money and making money and making money. There you go, Sinclair. Well, sounds like you're on the right track. Definitely off to a good start. But Adam Koo is the one that I've watched a lot of. He's an older guy from Singapore, I believe. A little hard to understand, but Adam Koo, Adam Khoo, I believe he's really good. He's been doing this for a long, long time. Yeah, there's no problem with trading demo when you first get started. There's no problem with trading demo when you first get started to get a feel for the markets. There's no reason to risk your hard-earned money before you even have an idea of what strategy you're going to use. At that point, you're just gambling. You know what I mean? Trading view, without a doubt. Abdul, we just use support and resistance zones, break of structure, and then an EMA and a fair value gap to confirm either a buy or a sell. That's all we're doing. Where's the next zone on this one? Pretty far down. Yeah, it is certainly in a downtrend. The indicator I'm using is my personal indicator, guys. It's called Trading with Matt Pro Buy Sell. It's got a couple different elements in it. But yes, it is the easiest to work with. TradingView is by far. No. I mean, you can't, like, insider trading is something that's hard to prove, you know what I mean? It's very hard to prove. And it's not really something that is commonly talked about openly. My only fear on this one is that it touched the channel a bunch on each side, but it's starting to consolidate smaller and smaller and smaller on this way down here. The strongest confirmation that I see before taking a trade is going to be a full candle closure below the EMA ribbon with a fair value gap created. So right here, let me go to the 4-hour for you, make it a little more clear. So right here, the EMA ribbon's all right here, right? You had a full candle closure below it. You had a fair value gap created. You had a full candle closure below it. You had a full, you had a fair value gap created. And it went down for, however many pips that is. If you were to sell off that first one, was 150 pips. If you sold off the second candle, you'd be looking at 130 pips. If you sold off the third candle, you'd be looking at same thing, about 110 pips. So, those are the main confirmations, and obviously you want to make sure you're on either a downtrend or an uptrend, and you want to make sure you have a reversal at a key zone. So that's what I look at. Oh, I know. Warren Buffett just has so much money that he can put so much into anything. But he also got it in everything 60 years ago before anything boomed. I mean, he owns most of Coca-Cola. That guy's got... I don't know what eToro is. What is that, a broker? It's got to be a broker, right? Time frame. So we analyze on the 4-hour and then execute on the hour or the 15 minutes. It is the best indicator, Henry. You're correct. It's a good one. We just got a new 15-minute candle on all these charts, guys. It's called Trading with Matt Pro Buy Sell. In the next few years is going to be tough to say, but I think it's only going to go up. But if you look at the chart right now, personally, the chart looks terrible. You know what I mean? The Bitcoin chart does not look good. The Bitcoin chart's showing that it's going to go down to 55K. It broke and retested this area for 7 days, an entire week. But long term, so like let's just take a look at like the 6-month charts. We've seen pullback like this. All-time high of 68K, then dropped all the way back down to 13K. All-time high of, what was this, 127K, and now back down to 61K. Realistically, it may float around here for a candle or two, but it's probably going to head back up this way. Yeah, I'm watching AUDJPY. Oh, that is hilarious. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Let me just hop back down to our current time frame that we're looking at. So AUDJPY on the 4-hour. No, this is Trading View, guys. Yeah, I'm watching AUDJPY. We're looking at it. We're looking at it. We're looking at it. It looks like a good sell, to be honest with you. I'm going to wait till the 8 o'clock hour to see what happens, but it's probably our number one. Yeah, you just buy and hold. But how does the indicator work? The indicator just uses 4 confirmations. An EMA ribbon confirmation, a fair value gap confirmation, a support and resistance confirmation, and a signal based off those. So that's how that works. They're all pretty much the same. The pairs that give you the best market structure and price action are the ones that are going to make you the most money. Has nothing to do with the name of the pair. It just has to do with price action and market structure. Thanks, Benny. Stream's lagging on your end? Yeah, volume is it's around the same, a little bit higher. I personally don't like the NZD pairs. AUD NZD has been my enemy since day one. AUD NZD, I've taken more losses on that, and it could just be because I'm getting in at wrong times, but even when I trade my system over and over again on AUD NZD, it just wants to do the opposite of what I think. But other than that, I don't have any, I'm not biased to any certain pairs or anything like that. If it's got volume, it means it's got volatility. And if it's got volatility, I am all there. You know what I mean? I think we could see 30 pips out of this, guys. I do. I think we could see 30 pips easy. Yeah, just Lexicon there. Yeah, just Forex. That's it. I think we might take some sells here, guys. I'm gonna wait till the hour closes to see if we're gonna get in it, but I'm liking sells on this. Yeah, yeah. I just got to get through this weekend. I had a crazy busy weekend, but yeah. There you go. Boy, this thing's moving now. With that hour candle just absolutely wicked down. Just want to make sure it breaks this area here. How many pips would we hold drawdown? At the most, 35. So if we were to get in a trade here, guys, just to show you what it would look like, it would look something like that would be our top. It would look something like this. With the goal of just being to get out there. Again, you could put one right here, which isn't a problem, and then one all the way at the bottom for TP3. But that's what your chart would look like with your stop loss up here. So if you want to use baby pips to calculate what your available loss would be, I wouldn't say it's more. It's 35 pips. This would be a sell, but we're going to wait for the hour to close and then wait like another 10 minutes and see what happens. Because, again, I don't like just jumping in a trade at a new hour candle. I want to see what the candle is actually doing. I want to see what the chart is actually doing. Are we just getting a, liquidity draw? Are we just driving toward the bottom to retrace this area? Or are we actually going to see some movement downward? Based off the rejection of this fair value gap, I think we're going to get that. But in order for us to actually take it, I'm going to want to see some more confirmations here. So at this point, we're waiting for this new hour candle here in a couple minutes. Yeah, of course. Like I said, any questions you guys have, just feel free to ask, Here to help. GBP AUD's taken off. GBP AUD may give us a... No, it's not going to give us a buy signal until it creates another fair value gap, but... Yeah, look at this driving. So our next zones here would be right here right here, and right here. And your stop loss would be down here. That's what your stops would be if you were to get in a long position on this one. That's what it would look like right there. So just that's what we'd be looking for right there. And for all you RR people, that's a 1 to 2 pretty much. Again, I'm not really big on RR, but that's a 1 to 2. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. We just got to see what happens. We got, what, two minutes left. Yes, you can make profits by just looking at support and resistance, but you have to have it rejecting the support or the resistance at least 3 times over a long period of time. I typically use the 4-hour chart and use like a couple weeks of resistance to make sure. The support on USD JPY is, yeah, 151, no, 151.5, but our actual support right here is like 152.248, 152.250 area. Like anywhere between this zone right here to here. So the top of the zone is 152.308, the bottom of the zone is 152.166. So like anywhere between there is going to be your, and that's this yellow bar right here. I'd really love to see a great close on this hour candle. And I'd like to see it come up and retest this and we can get in a sell. What's the 15-minute look like? I really wish the 15-minute would have broke the lows. Would have given me a lot more confidence if we broke the lows down here and retraced. So, like, these are the lows, right? If we would have broken the lows, come back up and retested, and confirm that we weren't breaking these lows and coming back up, we'd keep going down here. It may go up again and then come down, but you get the point. I like break and retest of the previous lows to be the new high, or resistance, if you will, to see it come down. That's what I like to see. In my opinion, that's the best. But yeah, again, support and resistance, you can certainly trade just support and resistance. I've incorporated a couple more things into it that gives me more clarity on the charts, but you are more than welcome to just trade support and resistance. All right, so here's our new hour candle, guys. And this is why we wait. Yes, once it's broken through it, it's no longer valid. I think we're going to be good to sell this here. I think we're going to be good to sell this here. Let me just check the 4-hour real quick. Yeah, I'm going to take sells here, guys. I'm going to take sells here. And this is AUD JPY. Let me just check GBP AUD real quick. Yeah, that's why I don't like that one. All right, we're going to go with AUD JPY sells, guys. Oops. Meant to type that into my broker. AUD JPY sells. We're in. We're in. I got in at exactly 108.266. And our stop loss is going to be right up here. I'm going to send this in the chat here. We're actually going to put this stop loss right here at this previous low. So we're just bumping it up a tad. Give it a little bit of room. But I'm going to send this now to everybody. So we're in sells on AUDJPY, guys. And we'll send this to the free chat as well. All right, we're in shorts, guys. We are in shorts on AUDJPY. And the reason being is we did get our sell signal over here. And it's retested the zone since we got the sell signal 1, 2, 3 times. And that sell signal zone happens to be the previous lows that we broke through and retested. So that is why we're in them. Below the EMA ribbon and confirmed downtrend. Head Honcho, what's going on, man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Again, I'm not too worried about a little bit of drawdown. Everything else is pretty much a sell, other than the 5-minute and then the day. But the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour are sells, which are on our side there. You know what I mean? You're going to go long on it? Yeah, I shorted it. So. We had the break and retest, so. We'll watch the 15-minute here and see what happens. Yeah, I know, right? That's all right, man. Like I said, everybody's got their own strategy. We put a super tight stop loss on this. Super tight. So. Fade the public, huh? Fade the public kind of guy over here. That's all right. Some people love to fade the public. This is AUDJPY. AUDJPY. Yeah, someone will. Well, if we all learn something, we all win. But this is what? 9 hours and 15 minutes of consolidation below the zone. You know what I mean? And a really big 15-minute candle, but wow, what an absolute rejection there. If it breaks these highs, that's the only time I would be somewhat cautious here. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate it, man. Desmond, what's going on? What's going on, man? It took me out. That was a wild 1 hour candle there. No problem, Aloha. Thanks, guys. Yeah, currently, obviously not working out very well. This might end up being our first loss of the week. My stop loss was right here, so it stopped me out. See, so I understand everybody's got their input, right? Everybody's going to have their own input. On the 15-minute, we saw it break this and come down here. Seeing it on a downtrend, seeing this fair value gap respected on the 15, that's where my analysis was. I'll stick with it. Obviously, it was not the right analysis, but again, that is my system. So on this week, it's pretty much going to tap it. That would be our first loss of the week. So 4-1 on the week. 4-1 on the week. That is a wild candle. It didn't quite tap it, but I think it's probably going to. I think it will too. We'll see though. Yeah, it was an interesting candle. It depends. Like I said, this is the key zone right here. So this area right here, guys, is the zone that we're looking at. If it breaks this zone, I wouldn't be too surprised if it keeps going. Yeah, I re-entered, so. Yeah, JV Joe, I waited 4 minutes and liked what I saw. Yeah, I feel you, Jose. I appreciate you too, man. HK? What's HK? Yes, I did. But let's pull up the week here. Let's see here. What day started this week? What was Sunday? Yeah, it's part of the game. It happens. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. We had a fantastic week. But let's see. The week started on the 8th. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to send the stats out right now while we're on stream. Just so we can... It's right here. Well, the re-entry, I put it up here. The re-entry I put up here. Yeah, of course. It's all about net. Net, what did you make? Beyond the new entry, I moved it up to here. And then I actually entered at a much different price point. I entered at, hold on, 185,588. 108,588. That's where I entered. It's still driving though, which is crazy. But hold on, let's take a look here. So we bought NZD USD. NZD USD buys. That was plus. How many pips was that? $17.5. Our next one was sell Euro AUD. Euro AUD sell, and that went for $13.5. USD JPY sells was the big one. That was the big one that we had this week. I closed at 37 pips. And then we shorted again GBP AUD for 27 pips. So I'm just going to get this out to you guys so you can see where we're at. How many pips down was it from where we entered? We entered here, and it took the stop loss right there, so that was minus 35. AUD JPY. What did I say? Minus 35. So we're going to do some math together here, guys. So we had 17.5 plus 13.5 plus 37 plus 27. equals, that's 95 pips, and then minus 35 because I just got tapped out on that. It's plus 60 pips on the week. Plus 60 pips. And what's 80%? I'm going to send this in the chat so you guys can see. Let's send this in here. Stats for the week. No, I don't do crypto. Just foreign exchange, man. Boom, sent, guys. Sent. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll let you. You guys can see right here that I'm still in this. If it goes back, yeah, I saw the markets dump. I did. I did. 5-1. Five and oh, I messed that up. It's 4-1. It's 4-1. Sorry. Yeah, we're almost. AUDJPY. AUDJPY, Oliver. Our only loss was this trade today. And I don't know if you guys have noticed the trend, but the Thursday night trades have not been as good. Yeah. 80%. Yeah. So, I'm not really mad about it. Again, you can be a winning trader and have a losing trading record as long as your wins are more than your losses. If you have really tight stop losses on your losses, you'll still be okay. Yeah, I re-entered. Nice, man. No, I'm calling it 2, though. Guys, this was a great week. I think this was a very large stepping stone for the community. We had a fantastic week overall. No reason to get upset about one trade. Very, very good week. But I just sent this out to everybody in the Discord. So if you guys want to go look, that's our weekly stats for the week. I just sent this out. Make sure you go like it. Just one thing to note, guys. I'm going to turn the music off for a second. One thing to note that's really important. Sunday is the only time I will not be trading. I normally trade. I know I trade market opens every Sunday. I'm going to be at the race that's in town. So the race is in town for us in Daytona. So Sunday night, I will not have a stream. I'm in the trade too, Miguel. Sunday night, I will not have a trade, but I'll be back on every other day. And then on one of the days this week to make up for not having the Sunday stream, I'll probably do a New York stream as long as there's no red folder news. So just want to give everybody a heads up there. I appreciate you guys. This was a good week. This was a really good week. London stream. Maybe. But we will get a scalping lesson this week as well. We will get a scalping lesson this week as well, guys. I appreciate you guys, Benny, Jose, Miguel, Familia, Joey J, Jamel, Sonny, Adam Cross, my moderator, Adele, Tommy, Pure Two Doles, Desmond, JV Joe, all these guys, Ethan. I appreciate everybody joining. So I will send a poll out probably tomorrow on what everybody wants to do. We'll celebrate our losses just like our wins. Hey, we had more wins this week and we made some money, so good amount too. I don't know about you guys. I made a couple $1,000. That last trade took me out for what, $600. I still made I think $5,000 or $6,000 this week. I withdrew twice, so I appreciate you guys very, very, very much. It means a lot to me that you guys keep showing up. Today's the last stream of the week. However, we will be back Monday night. Again, Monday night, guys. No Sunday stream. I'm going to be at the Daytona 500. As long as we learn something. You're correct. See you guys. Have a great weekend. Message me if you need anything at all. Okay?